Hi YouTube, VidHead85 here. I'm going to talk a little bit about religion right now because I I actually said this and YouTube and Google heard me apparently. But why is it that when good things happen it's God, but when it's bad things you lack faith? And didn't the Bible itself say that if you have faith as a mustard seed, you can move mountains? But apparently a mustard seed must be fucking huge kind of faith because it's really weird because like I remember praying when my grandmother was on her deathbed about like you can get this cancer gone right now, but your will be done or blah blah blah. I was like, I hate this, and I wanted my grandma to be get up and walk out the hospital, but we all pretty much knew that it was it, and she passed 5 hours after we got home. Now that's not the only thing that has kind of dented faith a little bit here because it always feels that like when people give honor to God at like awards, banquets, or when something good happens, but then again, when it's bad, it's supposed to be Satan or that they don't have enough faith. And that really bothers me because there are people out there who are fighting and struggling with life's problems, and they're being told that they are the issue instead of the fact that this faith doesn't that God is not responsible for the bad things. Why is it that when it's good, it's good? When it's good, it's God. When it's bad, it's you. Like that's a problem because if you have a system, if you have somebody at the top and they are terrible, everything else in the chain is going to be indicative of that. So either God is not omnipotent or he just doesn't want to intervene for things. Or and he'll and they this is another thing. They say that nothing happens that God doesn't allow. So by that very definition, when bad things happen, it's God's fault. When bad things happen, it has to be his fault. Or it or he's just incompetent. Either he's omnipotent and incompetent, which really leads me to believe that this whole thing, this whole mythology of the Bible, and about how God can be this petulant guy because my people aren't worshiping me right, and his anger burned against him, and he wanted to wipe them from the face of the earth, according to myth. And then I don't even do we even know if Moses actually existed? If there like because I don't know if there was a prince that left Egypt with this millions of slaves, I'm pretty sure that the Egyptians would probably note that there were slaves in the first place, and that there was a prince named Moses who was son of the Pharaoh's daughter, I believe. And then they kind of say that it was his sister that in another space, I believe. I gotta check these verses and citations. Maybe I'll actually read the Bible again. I'll probably do the Bible in a year thing just to kind of like go through it and then like find these contradictions. And also, Mythvision does a whole Old Testament study, so maybe I'll tune into that as well. But there are a lot of places, a lot of things where things get emphasized.